Hello, hello. This is Laura with Untitled Typewriters back at you today with a 1960s Coronet electric. Great typewriter. This is all electric, electric with a manual return. We have repainted it. It's called apple green. We love these bright colors and you guys do too. So it's so fun to paint some of these. And for those of you who are originalists, we do leave some of them. If they come to us with in excellent condition externally, we don't repaint them. But if they need a little TLC, they're looking a little drab and sad, then we do repaint the 60s and 70s typewriters. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Oh, hey, will you give me a thumbs up on this video? Preferably not a thumbs down, but a thumbs up. We like to increase our reach, and that is very helpful. Okay, pop up, that's your paper holder, margins, press and drag. This is a paper guide that just helps you load the paper in consistently. This is a 10-inch carriage. To move your carriage, there's a lever on the right side. The left side is missing. So you just use the right side, press it in, move your carriage back and forth. Nice strong bell. This is your return handle because when you get to the end of your line, then, and that's just the single, then yes, you have to actually manually go to the next line. It's not like a computer where it actually does it on its own. But if you want double or triple line, that's what this is for, okay? Move this to the right. Oh, by the way, there's a black button right here. And what that is for, and you wouldn't even know it's a button. It just looks like it's part, but it's not on this side. It's just on the left side. If you press that in, that releases this roller, and that just comes in handy if you're using lined paper and you have to get it lined up just right, or you're filling in a form, or you want to do superscript or subscript or something like that. You can also do the same thing with this little lever. My finger's on it. You can barely see it. You don't even hardly notice it's there, but it's there. You press down. Again, that also releases the roller. Just make sure you re-engage it, okay? To the left, to the left. Before you open this top, and this top is easy to open, but please make sure this is to the left. Otherwise, it'll scrape the top when you open it. Okay, open that up, and inside you'll see a universal ribbon. We put in a new ribbon in all of our typewriters. And this is a 2-color, so they easily just pop in and pop out. You just pull it up when you need to change it, and you just pop it down. Okay, but then you gotta make sure that that ribbon is threaded through the guide wires just right, okay? And we have an up-close image that's on the product listing. The link is in the description. Click on that link, find the picture that shows this up close, save it or bookmark it, and that way if you have this typewriter and you wanna know how to thread your ribbon, then that's a good reference point. All you do is pop it in there, thread it, and voila, make sure black is on top, red is on bottom. Also, our ribbons need to be manually reversed, and you do that right here. It's called rib rev. That means ribbon reversal, and you just flip that back and forth. And you can reverse your ribbon dozens of times before you need to change out the ribbon, because when you get to the end of the spool, it's not the end of the ink. And how do you know when to reverse the ribbon? Well, your font's either gonna get really faint or it's gonna like stop on you and kind of stick on you. Anytime your typewriter starts to feel different, stop and look. And if it's not acting properly, try reversing the direction of your ribbon. Most of the time it fixes it. Another thing is make sure that you are solidly on black or red on your color selector, which is right here. If you're in the middle, it is not gonna type, folks. And so don't panic. Nothing wrong. Just, again, 2 things to always check before you get worried about anything. Color selector, fully engaged, and your ribbon has been reversed. Okay, let's go ahead and do a typing demo. So you put your paper right here, turn the handle, make sure it goes underneath that bar, I come up, I'm gonna pull this up. I come up and make sure it's even. You can see that this is uneven. So right here on the right side, I pull that forward, that's a paper release. And then you just make sure it's nice and even, re-engaged, back it down. I'm gonna double check my margins, okay? And we are ready to go. By the way, if you can see underneath here, I have a non-slip felt pad. When you are typing, especially on electric typewriters, but it does it on manuals as well, the typewriter, especially if you're on a slick, hard surface, it shifts, you know, and that can get really annoying. And so highly recommend a non-slip typewriter pad. Plus, it protects your table. Okay, on-off switch is right here on the right side. We're going to talk about MR and our tabs here in just a minute. All right, so this is a relatively quiet electric typewriter. But you can hear the motor. So electric typewriters, some are noisy, some are quiet, but each one is a little bit different. Okay, so this is a 1960s. So Coronet electric. I just misspelled electric. What do you do when you misspell something? Right here is backspace, go back, type over, keep going. Backspace does not erase. You will make mistakes, it's okay. The world is not gonna end. You just keep going. That's just part of using a typewriter. Okay, let's check out all of our keys. And then this is your tab. I'm gonna hit the tab button. And if you want to set it, there's a button here. And if you want to clear it, there's a button here. Return handle. Okay, so the font on this is really dark and clear, beautiful font. It's also smaller, which I find ideal for book writing, because when you're working on longer, maybe you're doing a paper for school and it's several pages long. I'm just going to tell you, I prefer the smaller font. I mean, you can just, you get more words per line and obviously per page. My opinion. And this feels so good. I always recommend these type of typewriters for beginners and kids because it's so similar to typing on a computer. And if you have smaller hands, it's a lot easier to type on. Also, if you are a fast typist, then this is excellent for you. Let's try the red. Okay, that bell tells you you're at the end of your line, your margin, and you need to hit the return handle. But I'm gonna keep going just to show you how to use the margin release. Okay, so it's gonna stop on you. Nothing wrong, just hit margin release, MR. Finish my word, now I'm gonna hit the return handle. All right, this typewriter gets an A++++++ from me. Awesome, awesome machine. Also, you get, let me show you, there's 3 keys with an auto repeat, dash, X, period. Why would you want to do that? Well, glad you asked. Remember making mistakes? Well, if you make a lot of mistakes, sometimes it's just easier to go back and X through the whole thing, baby. Okay, and that just makes it easier. Also, dashes, dots, X you can use for typewriter art, or you can create divisions on the paper, you know, like sections. Who knows? Be creative. You can use it for anything. So, All that to say, this is an amazing, amazing typewriter. Beautiful externally, perfect in its performance. This is an everybody typewriter. You're gonna love it. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. All the links are in the description below. You all have a blessed day.